All right, I just rented this on Turo. I've had it for 6 days. Just want to give everyone an idea of what you should think about when you're renting from Turo, if you've never done it before, if you done it again. Overall, this got me to my destination and back. I'm just about ready to turn it back in. It's a 10-year-old vehicle, and maybe I should have probably passed on this one. First thing are safety issues, right? So the headlights on this are pretty fogged up. And I'll turn those on here in a second, but I looked at them when I was checking out the car, taking the pictures. I did take pictures of them. I just presumed that they probably were strong enough to see. They were not. They were not strong enough to see on the road. So we had to actually cut short our trip one night and stop early because it just couldn't illuminate the freeway we were going down. And here's kind of what I mean. They just, because of that extra fog, they just couldn't penetrate down the road. I didn't anticipate even having to think about that, but I probably should have. Another issue didn't pop up until it rained. Well, the wiper blades. Now, Turo says not to replace anything, including wiper blades. So we only had one real day of rain, but that was kind of a problem. I looked at the windshield cowling. That's an indication that the vehicle hasn't been maintained. That can cause electrical issues and whatnot. It did have this missing, which again, I probably realized it was letting some sounds in as we were going down the road. So it wasn't as quiet as it should have been. Another issue, this was the bare bones Grand Caravan. So the doors don't automatically lock shut. So you pretty much have to slam them. Now, it's only got 110,000 miles. I did expect it to be in better shape. This is me turning it in. We don't make a mess. This is basically as clean as it was when we got it. We did, however, have plans to use the stow and go. And this is maybe, I should have maybe thought about this. It's like they had an extra pad here. Okay, that's fine. And then these looked okay. Let me scoot that back. The problem is the stow and go is completely destroyed. Let me show you what I mean. It kept collapsing on us during the trip. I don't even know how many times, 10 or 15 times. You see it's kind of broken. Time to do something, it would just collapse. It actually collapsed when we were trying to get in and out of the car. Now my son wanted to put his guitars down here for a little vacation. Oh no, actually he did, and it collapsed on his guitars, but we couldn't do it then. So then the rest of the trip he had to keep his guitars in here, which caused a problem. You can see it. There's other components that are off. These, I believe, are supposed to be here. So there's, they were hidden under there. So, shit, I'll just have to put that back in a minute. Again, the doors, the road noise, it wasn't that cheap. It wasn't cheap enough for us to have just said, oh, well, we'll just have to deal with it. Specifically safety. That really should have been taken care of before. The windshield wipers should have been taken care of. That's like dry rot over there. And that's an indication of dry rot. The suspension on this also is not great. It's a rough suspension. It's got great tires. Can't complain about the tires. The tires are in good tread. The brakes sound like they're a little squealy, but they did stop. They did work properly. But overall, beware of kind of a lower intro price with then extras like the 24 cents a mile. Some other vans were 21 cents a mile extra. They had lower overall miles. Yeah, others had an extra 150 miles per. Well, I guess it would have been. We could have gone an extra 200 to 300 miles with the same contract. A lot of this stuff works. It does smell like smoke a little bit. I did air it out, and it did have a a very strong, whatever those things are called, the air vent, air sense. That masked a lot of the smell up front. My wife doesn't like those, so she took it out. And then we smelled the smoke smell after that. You know, overall, I mean, it got us there, but just beware when you're renting from Turo. Go through the vehicle heavily before you take it. There's almost always another option. So move your days around, 1 or 2 days, forward or back. You can, you'd be surprised what you can get in terms of deals. So, and again, this is essentially the way it was when I got it. And again, this doesn't close unless you slam it. So if you just try to close it, it doesn't close, and you go down the road and it's still open. You gotta slam it. These doors, the same thing, both of them. You just close them. Well, that one did close. Well, that may be because I'm going downhill a little bit. Many times, probably 15 times, we had to stop. Overall, Turo's a great app. Gives a lot of great options for rentals. But wow, you've really got to go through these ahead of time. And never be afraid to reach out to Turo. I did reach out to them, and they say, well, just upload into trip photos, add a message, and they'll look at it. Now, the owner for this, the host, is a high volume renter or host, so I'm sure that they'll probably notify him to get these things fixed. Hopefully they do. I mean, those lights are not, they're really, they probably 50% of what they should be for illuminating the road. And the wiper blade, clearly, that's an easy fix. Suspension, who knows, but that stow and go being broken, that's misrepresentation. You get a vehicle that says stow and go, says it more clearly on the other side. You expect to get stow and go, and we didn't get it. So that's kind of where we're at. Lesson be learned. Always really go through things before you click that accept button when you accept a Turo.